Alright, Bears fans, let's dive deep into what went down at the mandatory minicamp, because there's quite a bit to unpack here. So, practice wrapped up a little earlier than expected, which gave me a chance to sit down and break down the highlights before I head out on vacation. The veterans have officially wrapped up their part of the off-season grind and are set to take a break for about 6 weeks. Meanwhile, the rookies will still be holding it down next week during the final OTA sessions, getting those last reps before training camp kicks off in late July. It's an interesting dynamic seeing the veterans step away while the young guys continue to grind, showing the team's commitment to development and depth building. Today's practice was a little looser than usual, almost felt like a Friday session in the middle of the season, with no intense full-speed collisions or heavy pads, just situational work and some fun plays to keep the energy up. Ben Johnson and his coaching staff clearly wanted to test different scenarios without going full throttle, giving players a chance to think and react rather than just run through drills at maximum effort. That approach makes sense given how close they are to the start of camp and the need to stay healthy while still sharpening up. One of the most eye-catching moments from the practice came on offense, where Caleb Williams launched a deep ball downfield that DJ Moore hauled in for a touchdown. It's always exciting to see big play potential flashing early in camp, especially with the chemistry developing between the quarterback and his receivers. On the flip side, Tyreek Stevenson made a standout play on defense with an interception during a 2-minute drill, though it seemed like the ball might not have come out cleanly from Caleb's hands. Ben Johnson said he'd have to review the footage to figure out exactly what happened, but that back-and-forth battle between the offense and defense shows a good level of competitiveness and progress across the board. The warm-up routine also caught some attention since the offensive line and quarterbacks were actually throwing and catching passes. That's a sign that Johnson might have some trick plays up his sleeve this season, keeping opponents guessing. It's reminiscent of last year's Lions-Bears game where the Lions attempted a flashy trick pass, so it wouldn't be surprising to see the Bears try to mix in some creative plays as well. Speaking of catching, Darnell Wright pulled off a one-handed grab that's been making the rounds on social media, showing off some serious athleticism. Caleb Williams also made a deep catch, while Case Keenum stunned everyone by snagging a behind-the-back catch 50 yards downfield, which Johnson called the catch of the day. It's moments like these that keep the vibe light and fun during these off-season sessions, balancing work and play. But here's where things get really interesting. Ben Johnson dropped 4 names of players who have been unexpected bright spots. At camp, those guys who haven't been in the spotlight much but have been making serious noise on the field. The first name on that list is Dominique Robinson, and this one stands out because of the position he plays. Edge rusher isn't exactly a position flush with depth on this roster, so any signs of improvement there are crucial for the Bears. Even though the pads are off right now, Robinson's shown positive signs as a pass rusher and continues to impress on special teams, which was always a strong suit for him last year. You might remember he blocked a punt against Minnesota and made several other key plays on special teams, so his value there can't be understated, given the current edge rush depth chart with Montez Sweat and Dio Dingbo leading the way. But not exactly terrorizing offenses, Robinson's physical style and size fit exactly what defensive coordinator Dennis Allen looks for in a defensive end. If he can carry that momentum into training camp and preseason with the pads on, Robinson might have a real shot at sticking around for a 4th straight year. Behind Robinson, there's Austin Booker, who's expected to make the roster, and Daniel Hardy, a bit undersized for defensive end but with potential versatility since there's talk he could shift to linebacker. That's where the opportunity for Robinson remains alive, as the team could definitely use a reliable and physical player on the edge. Next up, the most improved player in Johnson's eyes so far has been Ruben Hippolyte, the rookie linebacker, out of Maryland. That's a big deal, because the 3rd linebacker spot is wide open. We know about TJ and Timaine holding down the starting roles, but TJ's been hampered by a soft tissue injury, which opened up more reps for Hippolyte, Noah Sewell, and others to compete. From what Johnson says, Hippolyte has taken advantage of that chance, picking up the playbook quickly and showing off athleticism on numerous occasions. There was even a report from earlier OTA sessions about him breaking up a pass defending against Cole Kmet, showing his ability to contribute in coverage as well. Physically, he's fast and can cover sideline to sideline. And if he keeps improving mentally, he could see some defensive snaps this season in addition to making an impact on special teams. Of course, everything changes once pads come on and the game gets more physical, but early signs look promising for Hippolyta's chances. The third surprise on Johnson's list might be the biggest shocker because he hadn't been on many radars until now. Joe Wilson, a tight end who's flown under the radar throughout the offseason. I had to look him up because there wasn't much known about him. He played at Central Michigan when undrafted in 2023 and has been bouncing around practice squads with the Saints, Bills, Packers, Giants, and now the Bears. He's never made an active 53-man roster. Standing 6'4" and weighing 242 pounds, Wilson has shown some promise as a receiver. His college stats include 82 catches, 874 yards, and 12 touchdowns, suggesting he was a red zone threat in college, with Cole Kmet and Durham Smythe firmly ahead on the depth chart. Plus the team's tendency to run 12 personnel set him, it's possible the Bears might carry a fourth tight end, and Wilson could be in the mix to win that spot. There's even talk about him possibly contributing as a fullback, which would add to his value. Johnson seems intrigued by his receiving ability and sees potential there, though there's still a lot to learn about him since he's a relative unknown. If he can make an impact on special teams and show versatility, Wilson could sneak onto the roster. It's definitely a story to keep an eye on as the offseason progresses. Last but certainly not least on the list is Kyle Manungi, the running back from Rodgers, who's been showing real flashes over the last few days. What stands out most about Manungi is his quickness and his ability to catch passes out of the backfield. Coming out of Rutgers, his receiving skills were somewhat a question mark because the offense mostly featured him as a between-the-tackles runner, with other backs handling passing downs. If he can prove early on that he's a reliable target in the passing game, that skill set will greatly increase his chances to see the field. As of right now, the buzz around these four players shows a lot of promise and depth that the Bears could really use heading into the grind of the season. While some names were expected to perform, these unexpected standouts are creating new stories and adding intrigue to the roster battles. Before I sign off, here's a big piece of breaking news. Aaron Rodgers is officially signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers and will be at their mandatory minicamp next week. Rodgers, the longtime Packers quarterback, joining a division rival certainly spices things up. If he's healthy, he'll be back in Soldier Field around week 12, facing the Bears one last time on their home turf. That matchup just gained a whole new level of intensity and narrative, and you can bet Bears fans are looking forward to taking another shot at him, especially in front of their home crowd. So that's where things stand after today's Bears minicamp session. The team is easing into the offseason, veterans are cooling down for now, rookies still have work to do, and the competition for roster spots is heating up quietly behind the scenes. Stick around because there's plenty more coming as training camp approaches and these stories continue to develop. Continuing from where we left off, it's clear that the Bears offseason is shaping up to be full of intriguing developments, especially as the team balances nurturing young talent while preparing for the intense grind of the regular season. The emergence of players like Dominique Robinson, Ruben Hippolyta, Joe Wilson, and Kyle Manungi signals that the coaching staff is keeping a close eye on every opportunity to build depth, especially in areas that have been thin in past seasons. This kind of hidden gem development could prove crucial when injuries inevitably hit, and having reliable backups can make all the difference in sustaining competitiveness throughout the year. Dominique Robinson's potential rise is particularly fascinating because edge rushers have long been a key area where the Bears have sought to establish a consistent pass rushing threat. With a coaching staff that clearly values physicality, Robinson's size and style might finally allow him to carve out a meaningful role, especially if he continues to excel on special teams. Special teams performance often serves as a gateway for players on the roster bubble, and his ability to block punts and create game-changing moments there certainly works in his favor. As the pads go back on for training camp, the real test will come, but if Robinson can translate this off-season promise into on-field impact, he could surprise quite a few people. Ruben Hippolyta's story also stands out because linebackers are the heart and soul of any defense. His quick development and ability to read plays and cover receivers speaks volumes about his football IQ and athleticism. The third linebacker spot has been a bit of an unknown for the Bears, and with TJ's injury concerns, Hippolyte has a golden opportunity to stake his claim. His speed and sideline-to-sideline range suggest he could be the kind of player who fits well in the modern NFL, where linebackers need to be versatile and able to defend against both the run and the pass. If he continues to impress in practice and preseason games, it wouldn't be surprising to see him earn some meaningful snaps this season, especially on passing downs or in nickel packages. His ability to contribute on special teams further cements his value to the team. Joe Wilson's emergence as a potential contributor adds an unexpected wrinkle to the tight end battle. His journey through multiple practice squads before landing with the Bears shows resilience, and it's clear that his receiving skills have caught the coach's attention. The Bears' use of 12 personnel sets means they often employ multiple tight ends, so there's room for competition beyond the usual suspects. Wilson's potential versatility, possibly even lining up as a fullback, could be what tips the scales in his favor, especially if he proves to be a dependable target and a solid blocker when called upon. His college production, particularly, his knack for finding the end zone, hints at an ability to be a red zone threat, which is a valuable asset for any offense. While there's still much to learn about him, Wilson could be a surprise contributor if he continues to develop. Kyle Manungi's progress is encouraging, particularly given the evolving role of running backs in today's NFL. It's no longer enough to just run hard between the tackles. Backs are expected to be versatile weapons who can catch passes and contribute in pass protection. Manungi's speed and catching ability put him in a good position to carve out a niche role, especially if he can prove reliable in blitz pickups and as a receiving option out of the backfield. This versatility could make him a valuable piece on third downs or in passing situations, helping the Bears stay unpredictable and balanced offensively. His quickness and athleticism, combined with a willingness to improve his receiving skills, could earn him valuable reps as the season progresses. Looking ahead, training camp will be the true proving ground for these players. The jump from pads off-season drills to full contact preseason games is significant, and it will reveal which players can handle the physical demands and mental challenges of the NFL grind. Coaches will be watching closely to see who can not only perform well, but also stay healthy and consistent under pressure. The competition for roster spots will be fierce, and the Bears coaching staff will have to make tough decisions on who to carry, especially with the league's roster limits and the need to balance offense, defense, and special teams. Meanwhile, the arrival of Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh adds a whole new layer of intrigue to the Bears' season narrative. Rodgers has long been one of the NFL's elite quarterbacks, and seeing him take the field against Chicago later this season will undoubtedly be a highly anticipated matchup. For Bears fans, it's a chance to witness one of the game's greats in a different jersey, and there's no shortage of motivation for the defense to rise to the occasion and make a statement. That game will carry a lot of emotional weight and could be a defining moment for the Bears' defense as they face a seasoned veteran known for his ability to read and dissect defenses. As the offseason progresses, keeping track of these emerging players and storylines will be key to understanding how the Bears might perform once the regular season kicks off. The coaching staff's ability to develop talent, integrate new pieces, and maintain a competitive edge will determine whether the team can take the next step and challenge for a playoff spot. With veterans resting up and rookies continuing their development, the next few weeks will be crucial for setting the tone heading into training camp. The Bears are clearly in a phase of building and refining, and the work done now will pay dividends down the line. The Bears' approach of mixing veteran presence with youthful energy seems to be a strategic move aimed at fostering growth and competition across the roster. Players like Robinson, Hippolyte, Wilson, and Manungi embody that blend of potential and hunger, and watching their progress unfold will be fascinating. Each has a different background and skill set, but all share the common goal of earning their spot and making an impact. Whether it's through special teams, situational plays, or stepping into larger roles, these players could become important contributors. The offseason may be a quieter period, but the seeds being planted now have the potential to shape the Bears' fortunes in the months ahead. In summary, this phase of the Bears' offseason offers a window into the team's future, highlighting both the challenges and opportunities ahead. The coaching staff's commitment to identifying and nurturing talent, combined with the players' dedication and adaptability, sets a foundation for growth. With training camp on the horizon, the Bears have time to refine their roster and build chemistry, but they'll need every edge they can find to compete in a tough division and a league filled with elite talent. These stories, these players, and these developments are all part of the larger picture as the Bears prepare to take the field and aim higher than ever before. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers are stirring in the NFL world as rumors circulate about a possible blockbuster move. Tyreek Hill arriving at the Chicago Bears. The buzz is palpable among fans and insiders alike, sparking excitement and speculation about what this could mean for the Bears' offense and the entire league landscape. Tyreek Hill, known for his electrifying speed and game-breaking plays, has been one of the most dynamic wide receivers in recent years. His potential arrival in Chicago could signal a bold strategy by the Bears to reshape their offensive identity. Imagine the explosive plays and deep threats Hill could bring to Soldier Field, transforming the Bears into a formidable aerial attack. Reports suggest that Hill's entrance to the Bears would not just be a quiet addition. Sources hint at celebrations and fanfare welcoming the star player, underscoring the significance of this potential acquisition. If true, this would be a major statement from the Bears management, demonstrating a clear commitment to compete at the highest level and revitalize a team hungry for success. This rumored move has sparked debates about how Hill would fit alongside the current roster and what it means for the quarterback situation in Chicago. Would the team adjust its play calling to maximize Hill's unique talents? Could this be the missing piece that propels the Bears back into playoff contention? While nothing is confirmed, the possibility of Tyreek Hill joining the Bears is already generating waves across social media, sports talk shows, and fan forums. The excitement is understandable. Hill's ability to change the course of games with his speed and agility is undeniable, and Chicago might be the perfect stage for his talents to shine anew. For now, fans and analysts will be watching closely, waiting for any official word or confirmation. Until then, the idea of Tyreek Hill's arrival in Chicago remains a tantalizing possibility, a potential game changer that could redefine the Bears' future. Whether it's just a rumor or the start of a new era, one thing is clear: the NFL offseason just got a lot more interesting. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.